certain agencies? Are there, like, now
I
you have to
understand.
choose a CPA,
Right.
but why would you choose a CPA as a prospective foster parent?
Well, the children that we are contacted to place are the same children that all CPA, we all get the same referrals. They're all the same children, they're all in custody of DSS. Um,
So what's then the role or the responsibilities of the CPA? So what does Connie Maxwell do for current or prospective foster parents? How do you partner with
so
them?
CPAs license foster homes in accordance to the policies and procedure of DSS. We monitor those homes, we relicense those homes. Um, we take this very seriously. We're dealing with children's lives here, so we want to make sure that the homes that we're investigating, the homes that we're licensing, are safe and nurturing and loving, that can take care of those children.
So basically, if someone wants to become a foster parent, they can come to you or another CPA,
Yes,
and you will walk them from start to finish through that licensing process. And then you continue to walk with them as they are fostering.
correct.
So, what are some of the ways that a CPA like Connie Maxwell acts as a support or an advocate to their foster parents?
Well,
Because there are some really great advantages and benefits to having that intentional support of an agency.
correct. Well, I think that all CPAs want to make sure that they are providing excellent service and support to their families. At Connie Maxwell, we believe that a well-supported family is going to maintain a placement longer and possibly eliminating any subsequent moves. We would like for children to maintain in the same home throughout the duration of their time in foster care. So we are getting more involved with our families' churches and helping them to build caring communities around their families. We want to walk alongside them with their churches to provide support for those families.
So let's talk about Connie Maxwell, because that's where you are. Obviously, the agency isn't just one person. Can you tell us who might someone interact with if they're licensed through a CPA like Connie Maxwell?
I'm sure that we're all set up a little bit differently, but we all have certified investigators who do our home studies, and usually they will stick with at least one of those people throughout the course of their time that they're licensed. The other agencies may have an additional person that works directly with the family, but foster families can expect to work with a DSS worker, a guardian ad litem, foster care review board. There's several other agencies, and that's something that we walk through our families with, so that they'll know who all the players are.
So so you, as a foster family with a private agency, get that support of your agency as you interact with all the other players, but you really still are interacting with kind of the people outside of your agency as well.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that a family might consider as they are choosing an agency? Because maybe they thought, oh, I'm going to foster and I do that through DSS,
Right.
but now here that is not currently an option. So as they are looking for an agency, obviously it needs to be an agency that operates where they live. But other than that, what should a family look for?
I would say talk to your fostering friends, people that you know that are already working in the foster care system, and ask them how they feel about their CPA, what's good about that CPA. Talk to your pastor. Ask them if they have an existing relationship with a specific CPA. Say, talk to the person that, when you call the CPA, talk to them, ask questions. But then choose the one that you feel most comfortable with.
Yeah. And I always say, and I think that you share this too, that there's not a perfect agency. There really is just the perfect fit for your family.
Yes.
At that time. And each family is looking for something a little bit different, needs something a little bit different, because, each agency has, a little bit different feel, a different culture, a different response. I think every agency in South Carolina has the best interest of children and families at heart, and that's important. But, for your family, you want to find just what's going to be the best fit for you.
Yes, we all have the same goal. We want
Yeah.
to provide safe and nurturing homes for children in foster care.
So, what advice do you have for, current or prospective foster families when it comes to being a good foster parent, working with their agency, or, as they start the process, working with a new agency?
I would say communication. Communication is key. If you're feeling frustrated or upset with something, if you need help advocating for your child, call us. And call us immediately, because it's easier and quicker to deal with a small problem than something that's gotten way out of proportion because you didn't really know where to turn to. But always give us a call. We're always available.
So, as you, work with a lot of families at Connie Maxwell, is there a family that you feel like, or a type of family that you feel like is just a really successful foster parent? Like, does that come down to communication? Is there anything else?
I think different foster families come to us in different seasons of their lives. And we have some families who are older, more experienced in the system, and they may not need to contact us as much. But I don't want anybody to ever feel bad that they're asking too many questions or that they're bothering us, because it's not a bother.
So as families are thinking about, getting started, choosing a CPA, you can always start in South Carolina at heartfeltcalling.org. Start the general application process there.
Yes.
You can start directly with the CPA of your choice through
Yes.
their website and their application process. And we have resources as well at Care to Foster. So thank you so much, Paula.
Absolutely.
And thank you to all of you. If you have more questions about CPAs or how to get started, we would love to chat with you. See you next week.